217 Recovery Podcast. Welcome to the show. It is the 12th of October, 2019. Off to a great start. My name is Corey Winfield.
Hi, I'm Ryan Beckman.
Today we are not at an undisclosed location. We are at the American Inn.
Houghton Lake. And we're wrapping things up here today. And this weekend, we wrap up tomorrow. Recovery coach training. This is a kind of funny story. My recovery coach, Tom, one of the trainers, speakers, trainers, whatever. But Tom, I think, does a great job. And, Wally does too. I think, personally, I have a problem paying attention. It's just, yeah.
I do.
You do.
I admit it. But last week, what was it?
Took
Saturday,
it out on
Sunday?
them.
Yeah, we did the recap. And I said, on a 1 to 10, I give it a 3. And Tom
didn't like that.
He was like, I'm surprised you're having such a good time, with it being a 3 and all. I was like, huh? He was like, listen, I'll give you some feedback. And we sat and ate lunch with him. That was a good idea.
Gave us a 3.
Yeah. Got some advice for you. First of all, use the right microphone because, the other day I listened to that podcast.
I couldn't even hear Ryan.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Ryan. What
Sorry.
happened? Like, Corey didn't hit the right button. Okay. Yeah, our microphones work just fine. You can hear us, right? They're pretty good microphones. Not expensive microphones, but they're pretty good. We've actually bought more expensive microphones and they sucked. Mm-hmm. So we sent them back and we kept buying more of these. And now Anna has one. Krista has one. Parker doesn't have one yet, but he needs a computer.
Parker.
If he can, Parker can invest in a computer. We'll hook him up. But speaking of Parker, man, I'm kind of worried about the kid.
I don't know what he's going to do without us there, waking him up every morning.
See, Ryan and I are going to live in and manage a sober living house in Boyne City, and we're pretty pumped up about that.
Pumped out.
And we're going to leave old Parker alone in the house.
I think we're going to take him with us.
With grown men. Maybe. I don't know. I know he does podcasts on Sunday night, Rejuvenation Podcast. If you didn't listen to that podcast, you might want to when you get done with this one. It's on our website, 217recovery.com. You can find it on on Spotify. I know it's on Google as well. I don't think it's on iHeartRadio just yet. It usually takes them a few weeks to check it out and publish it, stuff like that. But yeah, check his podcast out. But the kid, man, he kept bringing up, the courts got me. They got me over a barrel.
Got me.
They're gonna just do bad things to me. we offered to write him a letter. Each of us write him letters saying, "Hey, look, Parker's got his head in the game right now, and that's all he can do right now. He's not trying to live in the past, but he knows, there were some things that he did not in the right frame of mind, but that's part of his addiction. Learned that today, recovery coach training. See, Tom, bumped up to a 4." Just kidding, Tom.
Solid 6.
Yeah, he's definitely a 6 for sure. Solid. No, just kidding. It might have been 8, 7. I don't know, Tom. It was better, way better today, so we appreciate that.
This weekend's getting better.
Yeah, we'll see who is at our table tomorrow. Ryan and I want our own table, Tom. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Tired of signing all the autographs and just kidding. See, people think we're being for real with that, and we're just joking around.
Yeah, we're not really. We're just two ordinary men.
Mm-hmm. Well,
doing ordinary things.
Yeah. We'll just stick with that story. But Parker worries me, man. And like I said, keep listening to his podcast because he's really going through some stuff. If you know somebody who might be going through it, and Parker's only 23, so we figured he could reach out to the younger generation. Not that Ryan and I don't know how to talk to younger people, but it just kind of, if I was 23 and I heard a couple cool, one 40-year-old guy, maybe 41, the other guy maybe 36, maybe 37, but they both look like they're 30. I mean, I probably would listen to them, but if I could really turn on somebody who's 23, not turn on, but
listen to.
Yeah. I would
someone
probably
just like me.
I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
So maybe pass that info along. Man, we had a good day, good weekend.
What did you take out of the recovery training?
The training, well, there was that exercise where they lined us up like a firing squad.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then when they said, walk over here if you consider yourself fat, and I seen you go, I was going to go, but I thought, like, people over there would be like, he's not fat. I'm fatter right now than I usually am, you know. Like, I don't work out in the summer, so, you know. So I do consider myself that, but I didn't want to, you know.
Have all the real fat people looking at you.
Yeah, screw you, man.
Yeah.
And then Corey came walking back, and I gave him a big hug, and I'm like, you're not fat, Corey.
I was like, I won't go eat some cookies. But no, when we walked over there, though, because they were like, or if you consider yourself sick and been sick in and out or being sick all the time, and all the women walked over, and then they walked back, and I was like, oh, okay. There's a whole story about depression for me, which we can talk about another time. But there was other things where, you know, like you said, the fat people, they're like, okay, who in here is, you know, African-American, who's this and that. And the purpose was you were leaving the line that most of the people were still in, you know, who grew up poor. You know, you'd walk across and you stand there for a minute and then you come walking back. But, you know, when I walked across and then I started coming back.
And when you got over there, you had to
look back at you guys.
Yeah, and you had
You
had to consider your feelings. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to belong.
But when I was on the other side, when I didn't walk across, I kept looking over and I saw Lindsay in her boots. I was like, what do you think about that? I was like, looks great to me.
Made for walking.
But, you know, I didn't think anything bad about her. I'm like, oh, she grew up poor. Or, I don't remember why she went over there. I don't think she grew up poor, but not that there's anything wrong with that. But I don't know. Like, I didn't think less of her or, you know, Naz when she went across. I didn't think anything less of her. Kendra when she went. I didn't think anything less of them. But when I was on the other side and I was walking back, I felt
less about yourself, huh?
Yeah, I felt a little guilt for some reason. Like, oh, yeah, well, you guys are better than me. And that's something that we need to work on inside. The only way we can change how people think about us, like if I really cared, I would stop eating ice cream. I would start working out. But unless I care myself, that's all I can change, really, is how I feel about it. I mean, like you said, you know, you feel fat sometimes. And, oh, okay, but that's how you feel. And how other people see you is how other people see you, you know. And if people want to judge you on that, there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, look at Ryan, big muscle head, meathead, you know.
Hot womanizer.
Yeah, that stud. Look at him. But he thinks he's God's gift to women.
No, I'm pretty shy, actually.
Yeah.
Reserved.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Till I come in the room. I bring out the devil in you, Ryan. Don't I, Ryan? I bring out the devil in you, eh?
I'm possessed.
Oh, Lucifer. No, I feel bad about what happened. And I don't know. I just think I'm a bad influence sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we can be bad influences.
Because we started talking about relationships the other day on that podcast that no one will ever listen to. Because it wasn't recorded. But,
what were we talking about?
Well, I was saying that, you know, women don't really... I mean, they entice me because it's like, I like to play, I guess. I like to flirt. But deep down, I don't really... I don't know. Unless somebody just knocks me off my feet. Like, I just don't see it. I have other things to do. Yeah. You know, there's one chick, my mom loves it when I call them chicks. There's one woman who I'm kind of
young lady.
There's one
tickles his fancy.
Yeah. But it's like I don't even know how to approach that. And there's some mixed signals going on, and I don't like rejection.
Nobody does.
You know, and some would say, well, I think you're past that point already. But then there's times where I'm like, well, I think the expectations I would even have for this would be way too high. And it's really unrealistic. But I don't know. I think she's really cool. But I don't know. I don't want to get hurt. B, I mean, I don't know. But then
you ain't got much faith or hope in relationships anymore. You're broken, just like me.
Well, I'm not broken.
Yeah, you are, Corey Winfield.
Okay, I'm broken, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am.
We all are.
But here I am saying that, I just don't want to. I don't want any randos. I don't want to just hook up with somebody to hook up. Now, with that said, if the right person walks in the room,
I just want to cuddle.
Yeah, dude, cuddling's the best. Really, it is. It really is, man.
Might have to get me a kitty cat.
I'm telling you, Nico is awesome. I can't wait to get her. My baby girl.
Or a widow dog.
She's a little sweetheart. But cuddling's the best, man. And I say that, and then I'm looking over at you like, hey, Ryan, yeah, it's your 7 months, bro. Guess what happens? It's like your birthday, bro. And I don't know. I kind of feel like, not a hypocrite, but I shouldn't have been
instigating.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll do better at that. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you do that, don't do that. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but not that you did anything. But I'm just saying, like, I shouldn't have been encouraging any kind of behavior that, especially that I'm sitting here saying this is where I'm at. I'm about to get 10 months. Can't wait, and that's how I'm feeling. But then I'm like, hey, Ryan, go jump in the mud puddle. Like we got our church clothes on and we're about ready to go to church. I'm like, Ryan, I want to go jump in that mud puddle so bad, but I'm better than that. Won't you go jump in it, Ryan? Go jump in that mud puddle over there. Mom and dad ain't going to be mad. No, they like church clothes getting all muddy. I got issues.
Okay.
I'm just...
Good story.
That's a pretty good analogy, I think. Sure. So you go jump in the mud puddle and you're like, oh, that wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. Corey, you lied to me. No. But you got to get in the mud puddle. But I don't know. I just got to be careful about that and not be a hypocrite, I guess.
Don't say anything you wouldn't do.
Yeah, I just won't say anything. I won't say, hey, I just want to encourage it, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're a grown-ass man, Ryan.
Grown man.
He's a grown man.
I'm a man.
You knows what you're doing.
I don't need nobody's acceptance.
What did you take away from today's training?
There's a segregation. That sucked. What else did we do? We had pretty good videos. Watching on chemicals in the brains and how they react. They are dopamines, endorphins. You can get those by exercise and obtaining goals instead of doing drugs. Imagine that. Also, there's the serotonin, which is a chemical that will be released when you... I don't know. I made some notes, but don't have them with me. And what else was there? There's another one. I don't know.
Dopamine?
But no, there's another chemical that is all about being a leader, and when you help the group or do things like donate your time and effort into something, both you and the receiver actually release serotonin, I think it is, and there's another one too. I don't know. I left my book there, so I can't even tell you if I wanted to.
So they were saying that by the tribe, which one was it? So I remember the tribe thing where they were saying that, the alpha males, they get fed first, they get the first pick of the women, but in times of trouble, they got to be the ones going over there.
They got to be the man.
Going over there fighting. So, that's kind of why that is that. There's a
appreciation level and
expectation of, we're not just feeding you to hang out
and
here.
Now we got all these false leaders where they're throwing, the working man under the bus and just using them, not trying to protect them, so you don't have, their status means nothing.
Yeah. Because it was a YouTube video, I think, that guy. And I've seen him before, and he was talking about the airplane pilot who dropped down below the clouds and saw that, the ground forces were in trouble, so he came
got him out of the trouble. And the other two guys, and they're like, why would you do that? Because they do that for me. And what would it be like, today if everybody did that in every kind of job,